Are we there?
Yeah. Just people are joining. Just 1 minute. We will wait for them.
Can I actually download my own slides from here? How do I do that?
Not a problem.
Please.
You can do that. That will be
Yeah.
very good.
How do I do that?
So Shashikant, guide him.
Yeah. Is it store on your desktop?
Desktop. Yes.
Yeah. So then what you can do? Click on the screen and like say there will be a share screen menu on the bottom. Once you click on the Zoom screen, okay, you will find the like say share screen below the like say this thing screen at the bottom of the screen.
Then Kandari screen that we are able to.
Others, please mute your microphones. I request others to please mute your microphones, please.
शशिकांत सर
Yeah.
सर ते झूम ऍप जर डाउनलोड केलं असेल ना त्यांनी डेस्कटॉप वरती किंवा ह्याच्यावरती जर त्याच्या थ्रू त्यांनी जर आले ना जॉईन मीटिंग मध्ये गेल्यानंतर तो ऍप ओपन होतो ना त्याच्यामध्ये तो ऑप्शन येतं
Can you just guide him?
शेअर म्हणून मला वाटतं त्यांनी जे हे केलंय ना ब्राउझर आहे ना ब्राउझर मध्ये मला वाटतं सेकंड टॅबला जावं लागेल त्यांना
ओके
किंवा ह्याच्यामध्ये ते जॉईन मीटिंग आहे किंवा साइन इन करावं लागेल त्यांना
ओके जस्ट अ मिनिट Jayan hello yeah you need to like say join a meeting there in Zoom screen which you have shared now okay there is the option of join a meeting and then like say there will be a menu for sharing the screen
आता सरांनी जे झूम केले फक्त ब्राउझर झूम केले त्यांनी
जॉइन कर जॉइन अ मीटिंग करते थे वर आहे बघ जॉइन अ मीटिंग हा
हे कॅन्सल करावं लागेल हे फक्त ब्राउझर झूम
Others, please bear for a minute or so, please.
सर मला काय म्हणायचंय जर हे प्रेझेंटेशन त्यांच्या डेस्कटॉप वरती ठेवून त्यांनी असं ओरली जरी सांगितलं तरी चालेल नंतर आपण प्रेझेंटेशन शेअर करता येईल instead of wasting time on being
now he has I think like say he is not there Yogesh Bagna he is not there I think so.
I'll just check I'll check
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Jayant, you're audible now.
Am I audible now? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So should I start sharing the screen, or let's say you will share it?
Just hold on. Okay. Let's continue what you had actually, rather than I try things.
Yeah, because
okay.
you're opening it through browser, I think so.
Right. Now I have clicked actually a link that you had sent me.
That was for, let's say, joining this meeting. It was for joining this meeting. Yeah.
Right. But am I audible now? But where is the slides? I can't see the slides. Yes.
Just a minute. I'll start from the 32 slide.
How much time we should take? Not more than 5 minutes now?
No, you can take, let's say, because we have time for, like, say, your session now, because, like, say, nobody
next
else
15
is there
minutes
now.
or so. Next 15 minutes you can.
Yeah,
20 minutes.
Right. Because there is a lag actually when you get into the new slide.
Oh, okay.
So go to the slide which we were in the last.
Yeah.
The best work.
Right, the best work of the pathology. I think we have finished it. Go to the next slide. Right, so let me talk about the background of invasion and metastasis. How does cancer spread? On the left side screen, you would see a yellow spots, which are actually imaged through a technology for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer patient. Can you hear?
Yes.
And these yellow spots are in the abdominal regions, indicate multiple non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. And it is said that when there is a primary cancer to one organ, the circulating tumor cells which detach from the normal site come into the peripheral blood, and they circulate and they find other substrates, other organs. And this theory is very long established. On the right-hand side, if you see, the scientists have actually carried out the experiment in zebrafish models, where you could see that some of the cells, they get into the capillary, and with some modifications, especially some EMT inducing transcription factors or proteins on these cancer cells, these cancer cells squeeze, they come out from the capillary, and they continue into a circulation of blood of a patient. Next slide. Shashi, next slide. So this slide actually says that what happens to the cancer cells when they detach from the tumor. Circulating tumor cells are the cells that have been shed and they come into the bloodstream from the primary tumor site. And if you take these circulating tumor cells, which were actually in a blood, peripheral blood, and inject into the mice models, on the right-hand side, you will see the tumor is actually increased by multifold manner over to the cancer cells that are actually depleting some of the genes. Next slide. So what is the role of a circulating tumor cells? First, it actually spreads cancer. And if you could isolate the circulating tumor cells by taking patient blood sample, I'm going to disclose actually what is this technology in few slides from now. But the detection of CTC may indicate the potential risk of metastasis relapse. CTC detection and characterization actually helps in stratification of a patient for therapy as well as real-time monitoring. It has multiple other uses, including in a research or developing new cancer therapies, or discovering new chemicals which will be potential drug candidates. Next slide. So the technology of detecting circulating tumor cell was not available, or currently it is not available to best of our information. But this kind of a platform technology was approved in US in the name of a cell search in 2004 and 2008 for multiple organs cancers. The cost is very prohibitively expensive. Currently, it is more than $1,000. And this test has to be done by a cancer patient of epithelial origin 3 times in a year during the treatment. And 2017, this technology from Johnson & Johnson has been taken by another Italian company. So CTC enumeration actually enables early detection and non-invasiveness of a disease, monitoring in patients with many cancers, including breast, lung, colon, head and neck, prostate, etc. Next slide. What is the clinical purpose if you find actually circulating tumor cell, and what would be the clinical significance? So let me tell you, this blue bold box is most important part of my talk today. If a patient carried 5 or more cancer cells in 7.5 ml of a patient blood during any time during the course of an action, is a predictive marker of a shorter progression-free survival. So if you look into the y-axis, that the probability survival of a patient versus actually time from the baseline of detecting this circulating tumor cell patient, if there are 5 cells in metastatic breast cancer patient, ideally the probability of survival patient percentage for this patient could be only for 15 to say 18 months of a time. And what is the utility of monitoring circulating tumor cell in patient blood sample? If you look at the right hand side, patient longitudinal graph, at y-axis you will see a CTC count per 7.5 ml of a blood by a cell search technology, which is an American technology approved in 2004. So if a patient carried 30 circulating tumor cells in spite of an solid tissue or tumor that was detected by other technologies, if a patient carried 30 circulating tumor cells in spite of some treatment, and even if a patient is in a regression, that means the tumor shrinks down, however, the circulating tumor cell could increase, the oncologist actually can change the drug regime. In this case, actually it was changed and the circulating tumor cell actually started coming down, which is a signature of actually decreasing metastasis in this particular patient. So primary disease and the secondary disease are completely 2 different compartments. And if a patient actually change further with another drug, the patient's blood actually contain now almost 0 cells or no cells. Next slide. So what is the technology that what we discovered in India? It is a patent file in US, or PCT application we call, in 2016. And it's a very broad patent that has been filed. Those who are not aware, typically maintaining a patent would cost about 10 to 15 lakh rupees in 2 years of a time. And as a company, we have filed 3 patents and we maintain them each year, predominantly in countries like US, Canada, India, European Union, and some countries like Thailand. Next slide. We have evaluated about 1,500 patients in Indian types of a cancer or subtypes of a cancer. Notably, large population is head and neck cancer patient. Breast cancer, about 300 plus patients we have done. We also take up healthy volunteers' blood samples to note that whether these healthy people do not carry the circulating tumor cells. That means the test has to be very specific and should be very efficient and should not carry false negative tumor cells. Next slide, please. So the cell search technology, which is available in US and other countries, including only China and US, is based on immunomagnetic circulating tumor cell separation. So what does this mean? That they take 7.5 ml of a blood, and the materials, these are the magnetic nanoparticles which are enriched with antibodies like epithelial cell adhesion molecule. this antibody actually hooks onto the antigen of a cancer cells in this picture, and they are paramagnetically separated. And there is a process called as an immunostaining that is actually enriched, which looks for the presence of cytokeratin expression, which is a protein which is present onto the cancer cells. And this protein can also be expressed onto the normal cells in a smaller amount. However, the separation of normal cells from the organs, which actually the cells which disseminate, they are also present in the blood. Therefore, the circulating tumor cells and normal epithelial cells differentiation has been done by us very strongly, which you see onto the right hand side. Remember, the cost is more than $1,000, which is not available in India, cannot be afforded by 90% of the cancer patients in India. While we actually launched this technology in October for almost no cost, and currently the cost of this technology is about 15,000 per test in India. Next slide. And we require only 1.5 ml of a blood versus 7.5 ml of a blood. I'm very proud to share with all friends here today that we are the first company to have a license to manufacture, for sale, or distribute this class of medical devices. And if you see, the license number is very, very rare. And we therefore call this technology as a medical device for the class C kind of diagnosis. Is non-predicate. That means it's we are the innovator of this technology in India. Next slide. The process is very simple. The patient actually reaches to the oncologist with some of the symptoms or indications which are very, very difficult. I must say that the circulating tumor cells presence in a blood is a telltale signature of a metastasis. However, 90% of the patients who reach to the clinic are already advanced with a metastasis. Or hospital or clinician is focused only on the primary tumor, not on the secondary tumors, because of not availability of such kind of liquid biopsy technologies in India. The oncologist can take blood from the patient, about 5 ml. It is sent by our partner company Core Diagnostic in Delhi. They can collect a blood sample from all over India. The blood sample is mixed with our material, which is very, very small amount, about 300 micrograms per patient blood sample. We run immunostaining process, and all the outcome of this immunostaining process is actually brought onto very high resolution microscopes like fluorescence microscope, and this is atomized run by this robotized microscope, and we isolate the cancer cells. And I must say that the possibility of the presence of circulating tumor cells is very, very rare. One cancer cell in billion of other circulating cells, including RBC, leukocytes, etc. Next slide, please. Typically, the material under the electron microscope looks like this. This is in a nano size, and the cancer cells, they when they are stained, they look on the right hand side, and they come closer to about 18 to 20 micron size. Cytokeratin is an expression onto the normal cells. This is what is a bright field. The cancer cells are black and white when they are actually bought or processed. We look for the secondary antibody put into other dyes, including the nuclear dye. And we also negate from these kind of cells from WBCs, which are smaller in a size, but they also contain a nucleus like what you see here. And we overlay this kind of an image with a CD45 negative presence of a DAPI dye and a cytokeratin to confirm if the cell is actually cancerous cell. We have presented our data in US conferences, which are the topmost conferences in cancer recognized by worldwide with Tata Memorial Hospital. Next slide, please. Typically, this is what is a higher magnification of a circulating tumor cells. As I mentioned that the normal tissues or organs also shed the normal cells, but they carry very low expression of cytokeratin, and the differentiation is very, very challenging, and that is what is advancement our company has done, and it is now recognized worldwide. We can actually identify now type of a cancer cell among other epithelial cancer cells. For example, this orange bar indicates the intensity of green signal over to the normal cells is about 12 folds higher. So we could actually now do an assay for a blood sample with separation of a circulating tumor cells and can be indicative of whether the patient carries the breast cancer or lung cancer cell or head and neck cancer. And this would be validated in next 6 months of a time. Next slide, please. These are the abstracts. If you go to the OncoDiscover site, you could actually read them in a detail. Next slide. Do we have a time for a case study of 3 slides? Next slide. Let's go to the next slide, which is an outcome for clinical correlation of circulating tumor cell as a blood marker in Indian head and neck cancer patients, which we presented last year, as well as this was accepted this year in AACR, American Association of Cancer Research. Next slide.
Hey, Jayan, take your own time. Like, we don't have to hurry. You have all the time.
Okay, good. So I will finish in next 5 minutes of a time. Hold on there. So what is the outcome or the results of this clinical trial? We took 380 head and neck squamous cell carcinoma patients, and these dots indicate each of a patient, and on the y-axis you will see the number of circulating tumor cells. So the range of circulating tumor cells in Indian patient population, which is head and neck cancers, ranges from 1 to could be about CTC distribution and CTC was about 20. There's a weak correlation between female patient age and circulating tumor cells number, and this is actually indicated by comparatively a low R value, which is 0.66. Next slide. So as the age increases in female, the number of circulating tumor cells, if a patient was confirmed cancer from head and neck, would actually have a higher number of tumor cells. This is an outcome which represent what is the number of circulating tumor cell in oral cavity, oropharynx, laryngopharynx, thyroid, salivary glands, and sinonasal. These are the subtypes of an oral cancers. And what we find surprisingly that there's an elevation of circulating tumor cells numbers in the patients with laryngopharyngeal cancers over to oral cavity cancer patient. And this increase is about 37% over to oral cavity. And this is the first time finding in the whole world, because India caters now head and neck cancer as a predominant incidences because of several reasons, including smoking, including chewing of a tobacco or gutka. However, it is very heartbreaking to understand that many cancers which could be prevented by stronger public health actions, including tobacco control for lung or alcohol for respiratory and digestive, is not seriously taken by the stakeholders or the government agencies. Next slide, please. Last second slide for this case study. What we found that the patient, when they were distributed with an early stage diagnosis cancer, that's a stage 1, and on the right hand side bar indicates actually the cancers of an advanced stage from 2, 3, 4, and the mean CTC distribution among patients with a pathological stage with an early and advanced cancer patient, especially in head and neck, the mean CTC number for the patient who were treatment naive, that means they were not treated, had actually circulating tumor cells higher than that the patient were treated with the any type of a cancer patient. And this CTC mean increase from early to advanced is about 53%. So conclusively, what does we mean? If a patient was actually detected for a cancer at early stage and underwent cancer treatment, is likely to have actually lower number of a circulating tumor cell. That means the patient is actually indicating the progression of recovery as the CTC number goes down. And if the patient did not underwent cancer treatment or chemotherapy, this number would be actually increased. That means the metastasis will be progressed. Next slide. Next slide. This is the last slide from me as a case study, which is very interesting. What we did, let us focus on to this graph on the right-hand side, which is for the A is for the early stage chemo-naive patient, B is early stage post-chemo, the patient who were actually inducted in clinical trial, they were separated and they were not treated, and the part of the patient were also treated with the early stage. On the right-hand side, blue bars, if you see the patients with advanced stage cancer patient who were chemo-naive, and the patients were also were treated with the cancer treatment. And what we find that early stage chemo-naive versus early stage post chemo-naive chemotherapy treated, there was a reduction in CTC number by 25%. While advanced stage chemo-naive patient versus advanced stage with chemo shown the reduction of the circulating tumor cells almost by 23%. Next slide. And this is the world's most complicated clinical trials that what we actually recently completed. And the sensitivity of our test, which is a blood test, is about 90 to 95%. That's the highest among any technology available worldwide. And with a negative likelihood ratio about 0.05 to 0.3, that's a very, very low. We also find that cytokeratin expression, that's a secondary antibody which is present onto epithelial cancers, was observed more than 12-fold increase. The patient with laryngopharyngeal cancers exhibit significantly higher number of circulating tumor cells in head and neck cancer. The same trend we observe in a breast cancer as well as lung cancer. And advanced stage head and neck squamous cell carcinoma cancer patient exhibited almost 53% of higher circulating tumor cells compared to early stage cancer patients. That concludes my webinar today. I could take a couple of questions before we leave the meeting.
Jayant, very thanks to you for an informative session. Let's have an open question answers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do mobile tower radiation cause cancer?
If you join little late, I should say that these are all general classification of an high risk which will lead into the cancer incidences. But the worldwide agency, what they classify the reasons of cancer incidences are only threefold. That we are getting old, we are aged now. India typically caters an younger population, but Western world or the developed countries, they have the higher number of incidences. The second reason, as Chandrakant also mentioned, that the population has an unhealthy lifestyle, right? And the third is a commercial interest. So your question of actually a tower which will actually liberate radiation is definitely a cause of changes mutagenically into healthy people that has been actually shown in a labs. But this kind of confirmation cannot be done on human healthy patient. Therefore, the data actually is not conclusive whether the radiation causes cancers and how much is the quantitatively. Only a agent, causative chemo trigger agent, which is known to cause a cancer is only tobacco. Because the patients who are actually monitored, they actually pass an information, and about 65% of the cancer patients actually are known, definitive known confirmatory for the chemo trigger, that's a nicotine, especially for the lung cancer or the head and neck cancer.
I want to ask, those who are living below the tower, means on their building, if there is a tower, do they need to carry out your test frequently or at certain age?
This kind of a liquid biopsies are could be actually advised for the patient who are taking tobaccos for years and years. First of all, when there is a high risk for this kind of a patient. If a patient has a breast cancer history, or the family has a breast cancer history from mother to daughter, or in a close relation, blood relation, they are high risk, so therefore this test could be done. But it is not advisable to undergo this test for the people who are living below the tower, for sure, unless this test becomes very, very economical, and it would be routinely below, say, 500 rupees. This test is not advisable. No oncologist will actually suggest this test for healthy people who would not have any symptoms or would not have any high risk determinant factor.
Hello, I would like to add to what Jain just said about the causes, different causes of cancer. He has rightly cited tobacco consumption as a major cause of cancer in India and elsewhere. In addition to nicotine in the tobacco, even chronic alcohol consumption is also a known trigger to, for the cancers. Chronic alcohol consumption is linked to the cancers of the GIT, including throat, esophagus, liver, pancreas, large intestine, and CA breast also. Even breast cancer is linked to alcohol consumption. So there are this alcohol consumption increases the risk.
Strongly, yes, it is strongly associated with GI cancers, yes. And I think next comes the viruses and the bacteria. These are the three important factors. So tobacco, even alcohol, viruses yes, and bacteria.
Yes, for example, human papillomavirus is a sexually transmitted virus. It also can cause genital cancers.
Cervical cancers, yes.
Cervical cancer. Even carcinoma penis is also attributed to human papillomavirus.
Yes.
I think Abhijit has a question. Abhijit Thakur, you can continue with your question of that. What stage PET scan detect the cancer?
At what stage PET can detect cancer? And another question is, there is another test called as OncoSure conducted by SRL Lab. It is FDP-TR70 test.
Abhijit, thanks for the question. I don't know what is OncoSure test you are talking about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Others, please mute.
We are the only company who have got approval from Indian drug regulators for accounting circulating tumor cells. If any other companies or diagnostic labs does any test, they would not be approved. But they might be doing some genetic test which includes circulating DNAs or RNAs. But they are most of these tests are not validated. They are used for actually treatment purpose after biopsy is validated in accounting resistances and markers and the presence or absence of antigens or antibodies. But this test is very different than probably genetic test. This test is for isolating tumor cells, which are the predominant causes of spreading of a cancer from one region to other region, one organ to other organ. And we are only approved technology company to best of our knowledge in India. All right, Abhijit?
What are the symptoms after that we visit an oncologist? When we should visit an oncologist, a normal healthy person?
No. See, unfortunately, as I said, that 90% of the patient who reach to the clinic do not get any kind of a symptoms. 90% of patients, they come into our clinic with already spread of a cancer. So this is what is a regime of this kind of an sad disease or bad luck disease. So 10% of the patient who come to the clinic were lucky that they had only primary cancer and some form of symptoms, right? So typically weight loss, or there is an oozing of a blood through mouth or nose. These are the very common, or some pain. So most of the cancers, they do not elevate the pain. They might have an inflammation in a deep organs, but they would not be associated with very high pain. Continual fever is another symptom that what most of the oncologists will confirm. But unless this kind of a test are very, very low cost, the healthy people cannot be actually monitored for the presence of metastasis or presence of any cancers. But genetic tests are in validations, and very lately, 2 days back, a company in US actually presented a data on about 15,000 healthy people undergoing ctDNA test, and there is a likelihood to have about 1 to 2% of these patients finding cancers. There's a still long way to actually evaluate, for a presence of a cancer at very, very early stage.
Jayant, I must appreciate that you have taken a path that is untreaded. Most of the people don't get into research. I must appreciate that. I have a question. What care one needs to take to minimize the risk of cancer? And I know people who had no vices. They actually were, totalitarians, and also they didn't consume tobacco. They had been doing regular exercise, but somehow, died because of cancer. Is there any genetical reason, or you could?
So as Chandrakant said, and as what Global Agency says, the known reasons are only tobacco, alcohol, virus, and bacteria, right? And there is a free radical. If we are exposed with excessive pollution, our body generates free radicals, and these free radicals brings problems in our genetic coding, including DNA and RNA. And definitely, we are all exposed to this kind of free radicals. Second is, we are also exposed to many chemicals, including whatever components or matters that we are exposed with. And so the primary reason of cancers in healthy people who would not have a history of either family history of cancer or tobacco or consumption of alcohol, that number is actually lower and unpredicted. So all the changes happen by changes which are actually caused due to the mutations of cancer cells and apoptosis and pathways. But there is no ballpoint answers to your question, why does this happen and how could be prevented. It's a disease of a bad luck. That's what is actually wisely said.
I think we have let's say left out with very few seconds, okay, of our time. So I think we should conclude, and let's say others can get connected with you offline, either through email or through mobile. So thanks a lot, Jayant, and it was a very informative and educative session. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jayant.
Thank you.